Good morning. Thank you for joining me for today's Facebook Live. My name is Tracy Held. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia, and this is my regular Sunday morning Facebook Live. Although apologies, I am starting a bit late today. Reason being, I got a new phone for my birthday, lucky me. So my old phone is now going to be used strictly as a camera phone. So I won't have to worry about it ringing or doing strange things while I'm doing my live. But that just took a little bit of extra time to get it all sorted out and set up and making sure it doesn't ring. Now for today's card, I'm actually going to be really early with my monthly case challenge. You know that I was away over last weekend, and one of the ladies there had got a birthday card that was designed by Rosie, and sorry Rosie, can't remember your surname at the moment. I will put it in. I'll give you a link to her Facebook page. And I adjusted her measurements slightly just because her card was more based on the imperial measurements and I wanted metric. And suddenly all of the other 9 ladies there had made a version of this card. So I thought, well, that's a really good one for us to put in for today, for my case challenge, seeing that everybody loved it. I'm sure that you will too. So let me show you the card. So this is our card. It's one of those ones, a real Tracy card, where it looks really complicated, but it actually isn't. It's super easy. And using up your DSP, so it folds flat, but I'm trying to get it that we can see the camera angle. It's going to pop up like that. Okay, and you write your note on the back. No, not a great angle from the top, but you can stand the card up and you can see it. Now for this card, I used my 12 by 12 DSP, so my measurement strips here are slightly longer. For our card today, I'm actually going to use 6 by 6 DSP. So I've adjusted the measurements. I'll give you the measurements that I'm using for the smaller cards, but I will give you the longer ones as well. So this card is really easy because you're just going to adjust the size of your scores and your steps here, and you can make it fit whatever size DSP you want. The other products that we're using today, I've decided we're going to go with a more masculine card. So I'm going to use the old Trucking Along stamp set and punch. Decided to pull that one out. I haven't used that for a while. I'm using All About Autumn DSP. Is it called? You need to just be careful because your card here is almost a square. Sorry, try that again. If you're using the 6 by 6 inch DSP, okay, your card is almost square. So you just need to watch that one, that you're scoring on the right side. So this is going to be, I don't remember. I'll put the measurements up, and we're going to score here. Okay. Sorry, my arms just come loose. All right, so we're scoring. I have a new one on order because I might have dropped this one and it may have broken. All right, so we're scoring at 2.5 and at 5 centimeters. If you're working in inches, you're going at 1 and 2 inches. And then we're taking our DSP. Now, with the DSP, if it's a picture, so it's kind of directional, you want to score on the right side of the DSP. So instead of figuring out what that is, I'm going to turn it that I'm scoring that way. And again, it's the exact same measurements. So we're scoring at 2.5 and 5 centimeters. Or 1 and 2 inches. Now we're going to cut. So I'm cutting this into 4.2 centimeter strips. So I know that this is 12.6 centimeters, so I'm just going to cut that at 8.4 and then 4.2. If you're working in inches, I did have a nice little thing written down here, then your strips are going to be 1.5 inches each. So you're going to, if you're cutting a whole piece, it's going to be 4.5 inches. Yes, that's right. Sorry, my brain was just suddenly saying, did that maths that you're trying to do here make sense? Right, so we can put that away. And then we're just going to pretty much Z fold along those score lines. Okay. And we're going to Z fold. Oops, did I not score that very nicely? Yep, there's my score line. Just trying to fold it that it actually sits nicely. Okay. That one went the wrong way. Alright, so this one needs to be mountain valley because we're sticking that down. Okay. Alright, and now this is the easiest card to assemble, so just making sure that you're keeping your picture with your strips in the right direction. And here's me hoping that glue's coming out here today. Yes. Okay. I just squished it out because I wanted to check that it was coming out, and instead of just a trickle I got a whole heap of glue all over my fingers. So great going, but anyway, all good. So we're now going to stick these on. So I want a little bit of glue here. I'm just sort of guesstimating. We want it to fit on that score, but I don't want to put glue all the way along because we're going to have gaps there. So sticking that against the top, and then this end along that side and the top. Okay, so there's my first strip. Now if you want to, you can go and stick the middle one, but I just find it easier to do top and bottom and then slot the middle one into wherever it's going to fit. So we're sticking that against the two edges and the bottom edge here. Oops, don't stick there. And just making sure that it's folding flat nicely. And of course our last one is going in the middle. So just trying to kind of get the gap between the two even. And somewhat straight. We all know that that's a problem in my life. Straight is not a word that I do very well. Alright, so there's our card. And you can see this time, because I'm using the shorter DSP, my step is lower, but that's okay. You're still getting the effect of the card, and at least we're using the 6x6 DSP. Now we're going to decorate, and I think that the decorating is the hardest part of the card. Once you've decided what DSP you're using, this is all really easy, but now decorating is the problem. Okay, now I need to see what we're going to use. So I've cut two shapes from the stylish shapes. I've cut the square and I've cut the circle. So I'm going to try the square. Okay, this is conditional on me being able to stamp the sentiment straight. If I can't get it straight on the square, we're switching to the circle, because I love stamping on circles, because it doesn't matter if it's crooked, you just turn the circle. Okay, giving this a really good try, and it's always easy if you're working on grid paper to line it up so that your square is kind of square, except I'm battling to get this square here. Maybe it's because I can't see straight, but or I haven't got that on. Oh goodness, this is only in the too hard basket. Okay, that looks all right. So we're going to stamp this over here, and of course it moved, but okay, we're going to just be happy with that. Now what I want to do, and yes, this is one of those times where I have this vision in my head and hopefully it's going to translate onto the paper. I want to just blend some Pool Party ink over my square so that it's not that white. And then I've got this cloud from the Adventurous Skies stamp set, and just going to put some clouds in the background too. Okay, now fun and games stamping my truck, because I think I've stamped 5 trucks this morning just because I thought I'd better stamp it just in case it doesn't go right when I'm live, and I don't know why, but it was just so hard for me to stamp the truck. So I'm going to try stamp it. Some days things line up really easily and some days they just don't. If it doesn't, I have one spare because I knew I was going to have problems. Now, I wanted my truck to look a little bit not quite smooth and new, so I'm going to stamp off, but just stamp off lightly, and you can see that's exactly what I wanted, where it's got bits and pieces. Now, I can't tell you whether to stamp the fill-in first or the outline first. Sometimes I find it easier to stamp the outline and other times the fill-in, so it just depends on what's going to work for you. And like I say, this one, I think I stamped 5 trucks this morning until I got one that I was happy with it lined up. But the one that worked for me was stamping the fill-in first. So let's see if this is going to work for me. Okay, it's off, but like I said to you, it doesn't matter because I already have another one. And then I'm going to attempt to stamp my presents because this should be easy, but I think with my eye and me not seeing straight at the best of times, it just sometimes doesn't work. But I just, you know, I don't know, maybe it makes you feel better if you see that sometimes I don't just go stamp and everything's great, because when I'm doing my classes, everybody always says, oh, and Tracy does it so easily, and it's like, yeah, that's because I've already practiced 5 times before, and sometimes it doesn't work. There we go, that one's much better. All right, so now you're going to punch out your truck. If I can find where I put the punch, and I know that I had it, but I think I left it outside. Okay. No, here it is. It's hiding under the stamp set. So for whatever this is worth, I'm going to punch it anyway, but we're not using this truck because it's stamped terribly. So punch out the truck, and you need to fussy cut the presents. So no, I am not torturing you with watching me fussy cut presents. I have them done. And then the stamp set does actually have the wheels, so you can stamp and fill in the wheels, but I was just going, no, I am not doing that today. So I just took my basic black blend and colored in the wheels. And lucky for me, I have one that I prepared earlier that's all beautifully lined up and looking good. So there we go. There's our truck, and here are my fussy cut presents. So we're going to just stick these onto the back of the truck because this person is getting a whole heap of presents for their birthday, so how lucky are they? And there we go. I don't know why I'm in a blue mood today. Everything's just blue, blue, blue. Okie dokie, here we go again. Right, okay. I thought I'd lost my square, but I've just found it. And there we go. See, that was why I went with the square, because I'd measured and seen that the truck actually fits on there nicely. And you can see I'm telling you the truth about how many times I stamped it, because I turned over and re-stamped on the back of the paper. Right. Now, we're going to just pop that on. And then I want it to hold, but just be careful because you don't want to be putting glue in the gaps, because you don't want your focal point to stick the card closed. And one in the middle I'm actually going to just pop onto the card rather than onto my square. Okay. And I'm hoping, yep, that feels like there's, alright. This is what you never do, but these 2-dimensionals are too big. They're actually catching the card. So we're going to swap those ones for minis. Okay, this was a bad idea. I should have tested it first. Right, so I want it like right at the top. Alright, so just test your sizes and see that your dimensionals are not going to stick the card closed, and I'll sort the other one out later. And then I have already stamped my truck on my writing panel, so that's going to stick at the back. And there we go. There's our cards. Like I said, this one is slightly smaller. The steps are lower because I've used the shorter DSP. And here's just another sample that I did. This was the one that I did while I was away. That's the Christmas one. Okay, so we've got that. Now, I will get a written tutorial done as well. It'll probably go up onto my blog, let's just say Wednesday morning, just to give me time to get it done. And I've also got a whole lot of the cards. We did shoebox swaps when we were away at that weekend, so I'm going to take photos of all those shoebox swaps and show you what we did. It was a really fun weekend, lots of creativity going on. That's the nice part about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, is you get this community and you feed off each other's creativity. There's a really nice joining offer coming in October, so if you've ever thought about signing up, this is a really good time. Thanks, Kathy. Give these a try because they're really, really fun. And like I say, everybody was making them and everybody was using different DSP and different focal points, and they're just awesome. And like I said, look difficult, but so easy to make. So go and have a try at that. I will put up the post that when you've made them, please put your versions up so that I can see them. And have a good week. Cold and raining in Melbourne today. We had a gorgeous day yesterday and now we're back to winter. So if you're in Melbourne, stay warm, and I will see you again next week. Have a good week. Bye.